Hello, Bill Claudzi here with round one of our Modern Masters 2017 draft. We've got a fine-looking hand. It starts with a turn to Sylvan Ranger. We got to keep this. I don't think we're going to run out Lawkeeper turn one. Since we are on the play, we have a little time to get going. If we knew we would draw an untapped green, that would be a lot more appealing, because we skip turn 4 here, and that'd be a good time to play the Simic Guildgate. But let's get this down just so we can be sure we draw our second blue. Green's all set for a while. Yeah, that's going to work out great. I was going to cast the Call to Herd, but now we have Rock's War Dude, and he is going to be even better. Yeah, already this guy's pulling, well, this girl's pulling her weight. There is some merit to considering just playing Call of the Herd, but the mana requirements of Rock's Warmonk are a little more difficult, so that would prevent us from doing something like Lawkeeper and Rock's Warmonk the turn after. So we'll go for Rock's Warmonk now. We'll get greedy. It does expose it to early removal, and you'd rather expose your kind of 3/3 vanilla to removal than your 3/4. Unless it's a specific removal like Warped Agony, which doesn't kill Rock's Warmonk. So, yeah. Oh, well, here's the white anyway. Would have gotten there. And this guy's definitely better at attacking through these dummies. So what now? Well, I like green well enough after this nonsense. Pretty fine curve. We've been super mana efficient after getting our tap land into play. We've used all of it. Alright, what's all this? Yeah, draw some cards. They're milling us, so now they think they won't have to worry about Mystic Genesis, but we've got 2. They still don't have much to block with. So we could just go for it. Counter their next thing. It's not really clear what we're supposed to do here. Maybe Mystic Genesis? Maybe just go for that. I'll just attack first. The other thing is, we could do Signet and play our second Call of the Herd. It doesn't let us tap the Attended Knight, but it does give us a lot more mana for the next turn. Yeah, and it pressures them quite a bit. This is really bad against Damnation. Oh my goodness, is it greedy. Yeah, Damnation specifically just obliterates us. Oh, it's gonna be it. Here it is. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, well, I'm glad our elephant had a friend before he disappeared forever. Is there even a question about what to bounce here? You'd never bounce anything but an elephant, right? It could be Rock's Warmonk, but I think I'd rather bounce the elephant. Deal with it for good. Denver Zeppo. Yeah, bounce the elephant. Okay, now we've got to really think about leaving up our counter magic. Got to really consider it hard. This way, wow, they're just taking it? Yeah, they're just taking it. Now we can tap down 2 things and get in there for 7. Counter their next play. This could be lethal, especially since we'll be attacking with, you know, a guy as big as the spell they cast. There's some flavor text on this thing. Phantasmal Image. When it becomes the target of spell or ability, sacrifice it. Problem is, this old phantasmal image buddy kills our elephant, even if we do get to target it. So no, thank you. Say no to phantasmal image. It's really hard to lose here. What could they have for 3 mana or less? It could stop us. I love our graveyard right now. Mystic Genocide. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I think that was the right play. The correct play. So yeah, they've got the birds that really kill tokens. They're out for blood. Do we have anything that stops that? Nope. We'll just have to expose our stuff and copy it as much as possible. Populate. We have to overpopulate them. Banish the birds. That worked out really well. Happy with this deck, but definitely not bringing in Unflinching Courage versus that, because then you make a 7/7 flying trample and then get blown out when they they just bounce it with a bird. Wow, the time was exactly even for a moment. Well, I assume they want to be on the play, but maybe they think about this. Who's this guy? Airtie, Wizard Adept, Avatar. Wow, this hand. Good thing we're not playing 16 lands, but I've got to mulligan that. This hand's okay. Yeah, that makes it better. It kind of catches up if we get to resolve our Sylvan Ranger, which we should be able to do on time. Because we have this land on top. We get a white. Ooh, that's tricky. That's a tricky one. I think we go for the Signet here. And then we'll definitely have 2 after that. Yeah, I think we go for Signet. It makes it more likely that we draw land, and we made our land drop for this turn anyway. Blade Splicer, wish we had that. Some people have all the luck. Can we draw anything for 1 blue? No, the only things we really have are 1 white. But yeah, what do we need though? We have double green, we have double white, we have double blue. I suppose we just want to make it easier to cast the white stuff, since we'll get this green-blue out. Wow, that Golem sure is intimidating. For 3 mana, that's way better than our elephant trick. Call of the Herd. Boros Signet. Now they're in 4 colors. It's hard to keep straight what colors people are in. Now we get to show how good this Vanish into Memory is. Yeah, let's try this. They can't Momentary Blink because they can't possibly make white and another color. So it's reasonable to attack in here with the Ranger. Four, 5, 6, 7, yeah, and we can go ahead and main phase Vanish into Memory. See if we can do this right. So we make white, thing, yeah. And we could still draw 1 drop here. Okay, we didn't. Yeah, they could still flicker the Blade Splicer now, but we kind of got our value off of that token. Here's something. A Master Splicer. We could have waited 1 turn to draw 4 cards, huh? Oh well. So, what now? Well, one pretty good option is to just tap the Golem, and Primal Command doesn't work on that. And we have 6. So let's get War Monk out here and Hookmaster to convince this Golem not to attack us quite yet. There's no chance they block with their 1/1 here because that's making their Golem bigger. Man, they're the real Splicer deck. I've never had more than, well, I guess I've had 2 Splicers in my deck at one point, but still. Absurd. Agent of Masks, it'll keep pinging away at us. We could make their next draw a bit worse by using Primal Command, but we don't really have much more to find in the deck. We've got a Gideon's Lawkeeper and a Master Splicer. So it slows them down a little bit. It's possible we just want to get this Eyes in the Skies going. Well, easy enough to just play the land and attack for 3. Yeah, after long consideration, I've decided to Primal Command. We're going to search our library for a creature and put back the Rakdos Signet and get the Gideon's Lawkeeper. We can play that out this turn. It'll start being active and tapping down any pesky golems that we don't want to deal with, as long as they don't deal with it here. But since they have to draw their Signet, it's less chance they draw a or have an answer. I think they'll miss their land drop here too, for sure. So maybe their next turn they'll have access to 6 mana. We can counter something big. And the bigger the better. One thing I've noticed about this format, Modern Masters 2017, counter magic is very good. It's slow enough and the high-end stuff is good enough that even something like Rewind is really good. Just 4 mana, counter target spell, even if you're not really doing anything after you untap. What are they up to here? They're going to attack for 4. We could chump this with the Ranger, but we could just chump it later. And if we have a good Rootburn Defenses turn, it might be able to kill some stuff. Alright, so they cast this, they'll have another 3-drop. Oh no! Hookmaster. Yeah, that was an interesting turn over there. Interesting turn of events. What can we do? 3, 5, we've got a little bit of mana left over. Just a little bit, just enough. We can't really do it all, though. Like, I want to hold Mystic Genesis up, and Rootborn Defenses is kind of cool, but I think it's more play Conclave, hold up Mystic Genesis and Eyes in the Skies, and the Lawkeeper. So they'll keep pinging us with this poor Agent of Masks, with Game of Thrones style. Valor Morghulis over here. Just not the same kind of masks, I guess. Yeah, something big. Cruel Ultimatum. Yeah, no thanks. Mystic Genesis. That guy. Get out of here. Foil Mistraven. This isn't even our foil Mystic Genesis. So they got absolutely destroyed. That was awesome. Alright, we'll tap this Golem because we don't have anything that tangles with it. And they've got nothing. And now we have everything. Everything we could want. We can even attack with our War Monk. It's looking rough over there. And if they really want to go deep, we can Rootborn Defenses this turn. I don't want to do that. I'll just let things trade off until they do, you know, until they pose a bit more threat. Yeah, it's funny how this guy just sits there in a board stall and gets value over a long game. Do we want to copy our ooze? I think we do. Oh, did we let the golem attack? My bad. I guess it didn't matter if it attacked. But we don't want it to block. Eyes in the skies. It's kind of interesting to just copy our bird. But that's only really netting a damage a turn against the agent. I'd rather force them into some blocks by copying our ooze. One card that's in this format that gets really annoying against Populate is Sever the Bloodline. If you make too much of one token and they happen to have that card, they could really wreck you. And that's one. It's just 4 mana for a sorcery, 1 black, 3 colorless. And it flashes back for like 7 or something. It does it all again. Alright, well that was match 1. Pretty good work, pretty good showing from the Bant deck, and I'll see you in the next one.